Hello and welcome to Temple Update. I'm Jade Franks.
And I'm Seth Wozniak. A $3 million grant has saved 2 of the 7 varsity athletic teams proposed to be cut by Temple, but left 5 teams still looking for answers. The men's crew and women's rowing team will be back in the competition following the announcement from University President Dr. Neil Theobald. A $3 million grant from trustee HF Jerry Lenfest and a $2.5 million grant from the City of Philadelphia will be used to renovate the East Park Canal House at no cost to the university. Updates: Rebeccah Hendrickson is live at Boathouse Row with more on the story. Becca.
Well, guys, it looks like the only obstacles that crew and rowing are going to have to overcome now is this harsh winter. And let me tell you, it's cold out here. But picture this, roughing these conditions out of tents and using outhouses as your locker rooms. For the past 5 years, the teams have done just that. And if you look at this East Park Canoe House behind me, you can tell it's going to take a little bit of money to fix up, but the City of Philadelphia, in accordance with the Lenfest Foundation, has agreed to do just that at absolutely no cost to the university.
The City of Philadelphia, in partnership with the HF Lenfest Foundation and Jerry Lenfest, will provide more than $5 million to restore and renovate the East Park Canoe House on Kelly Drive.
As a result, I'm pleased to recommend to the Temple University Board of Trustees that men's crew and women's rowing be reinstated to their previous status.
The price of this renovation, funded fully by the City of Philadelphia and the Lenfest Foundation, is $5.5 million.
I feel very fortunate that we were in this particular situation. I'm not sure that if we were anywhere else, we would have had the same sort of local support, also national support. Everybody knows rowing in Philly.
Philadelphia is rowing, so I mean our community has been really supportive, and I'm happy that everybody has come together.
For the last 2 months, the crew and rowing teams were told their programs would be cut at the end of the season due to insufficient facilities, leaving them the options to either quit or persist.
You think that everything's going to be fine, and then it's not. So it's really hard, especially I have like friends on the baseball team, and it's hard to see what they're going through right now.
You know, we like to say you don't take a boathouse to the starting line, so we have everything we need to be successful right now.
If I quit on them, then I'd feel that way. I feel like I don't want to let them see that, and I don't want to be that kind of person.
Dr. White actually heard about the renovations and the fact that his program is going to be saved over the radio. Now, it might be a little hard to picture right now, but the plan is in about 1.5 years, the East Park Canoe House is going to be completely renovated, a brand new facility. The ground I'm standing on right now, that's going to be a garden. In addition to that, the teams will receive all new equipment, all part of that $5.5 million. We're live outside of Boathouse Row on Kelly Drive today. I'm Rebeccah Hendrickson for Temple Update.
Thanks, Becca. Tommy Sladek joins us now from the sports desk.
Tommy, we've been following the meeting on Monday on Temple Update's Twitter. Can you tell us a little bit more about what happened?
Yes, Seth. Just as Becca told us, men's crew and women's rowing have been reinstated. However, for the other 5 cut teams, it's going to be the end of the road. Students and players rallied outside of Sullivan Hall in support of the cut athletes and their teams. 2014 will be the last year for softball, baseball, men's indoor and outdoor track and field, and men's gymnastics. The university is working to make some of these programs into club teams. While the decision is being finalized, anger and confusion remains amongst supporters, athletes, and coaches. Make sure to stay tuned to Temple Update. I'll be back later in the show with reactions from coaches and players.
Thanks, Tommy. After celebrating 25 years, it is time for a little makeover. Temple Update is on air and now online. Viewers can go to templeupdate.com to search the latest news and shows produced by Temple students every semester. Through the website, viewers can also rewatch previous shows and individual stories.
Temple University police were called to 15th and Cecil B. Moore Avenue after a university student was hit by a stray bullet. This was the scene early Sunday morning at the let-out located at the 1600 block of Cecil B. Moore. Investigators say a fight broke out around 2 a.m. At least 2 people began to fire shots. One bullet traveled for more than a block, grazing the abdomen of Temple University student Marty Schneider at the corner of 15th and Cecil. Schneider stated, "I just want to let everyone know that I'm doing fine, and once the pain subsides, it will be nothing more than a scar on my belly. This incident does not change the fact that I am proud to be a Temple owl and love Temple University. It was a freak accident, but could have happened to anyone." Schneider was released and is expected to make a full recovery. One of the gunmen was brought to the University of Pennsylvania Hospital, where he was treated for a gunshot wound to the knee. The security guards were later brought in for questioning. Police continue to investigate.
Temple University's security prides itself in maintaining safety for staff and students 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, but in one popular campus building, security appears to be lacking. Update Stephanie Fellini has more.
Temple University Campus Safety considers their high level of visibility to be the #1 way to promote safety on campus. Yet, at Barton Hall, a centrally located on-campus building, not a single security guard can be found.
I think it's a little weird with their security pretty tight in every other building, but not Barton at all.
All other university buildings have active security guards who check student IDs upon entrance, or they use a swipe to enter system, which ensures safety. However, Barton Hall does not.
I feel like anyone off the street can kind of just walk in. Last year, I actually brought one of my friends to class just because it doesn't even matter, you can just walk into any class.
Many science and technology-based classes meet there every day, yet students feel that Barton security does not meet the same standards as other campus buildings.
I think Temple needs to tighten its security.
Although some students here at Barton Hall expressed major concern for this security issue, Director of Public Safety Charles Leone looks at this issue from a different angle.
Crime overall is down 26% around the campus and things like that.
That is, ever since an incident last semester when a Temple University professor was attacked and robbed inside Anderson Hall, an on-campus building. Charles Leone agrees with the students that Barton security does indeed need some improvement. But until then, other forms of external security can help maintain Barton's safety.
So until we get that, that's why we're doing the roving and we have the exterior patrols and things like that.
Although the security issues here at Barton Hall are a major concern, Charles Leone has high hopes for the future that security will find the solution to this issue. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Stephanie Fanelli.
Students looking for on-campus housing next year can scratch Elmira Jeffries off the list, at least for now. The student housing complex located on 15th and Oxford Street will not be available when students start the housing selection process. The lease agreement between Temple University and the property management company has not been completed. The university will keep students updated on the status of the apartment complex in the weeks to come.
Now let's take a look at where Frank the frat boy is wearing to class today. Melissa Steininger is in the newsroom with current conditions. Melissa?
Well, it's like a wind tunnel out there today with wind speeds up to 23 miles per hour. The temperature is currently 27, but with the wind chill, it may seem a lot worse than it actually is. We may be seeing a high of 33 today as the day goes on. And although temperatures have been fluctuating recently, Frank the frat boy has on his winter coat. He's looking forward to the weather that will finally break so he can put away his winter gear as we say goodbye to February and head into March this weekend. Unfortunately, Mother Nature isn't going to make up her mind that easily, with shifting temperatures and even a chance of a snowstorm coming up in the next week. Make sure you stay tuned for your 5-day forecast coming up in a little later. From the Weather Desk, I'm Melissa Steininger. Seth and Jade, back to you guys.
Make sure you stay tuned for your 5-day weather forecast with Melissa Steininger later. Students can't get to class, professors can't teach, and food vendors can't operate. This winter's snow and below freezing temperatures have had an effect on all parts of Temple's community. Campus food trucks and other outdoor dining establishments rely on Temple University to keep their business afloat. However, with all the winter snowfall, school cancellations, and extreme temperatures, the food trucks are now suffering the consequences.
This year was very cold, and my business is going down about maybe 40%.
With the warmer weather finally approaching, most owners and workers are expecting business to pick up and return to normal for a successful spring semester. And speaking of warm weather, spring break is right around the corner. Jade Franks is in the newsroom with all getaways that are perfect for warming up this winter. Jade?
What do Temple students Selena Gomez and Ashley Benson have in common? We all love spring break. If you have no plans for spring break yet, don't worry, because I'm counting down the top 5 vacation spots for you last-minute travelers. Kicking off the countdown is the Bahamas. The Caribbean island may be the perfect place for you and your friends to soak up the sun. The Bahamas has miles of beautiful white sand, but if you're more into participating in outdoor activities, our number 4 travel spot may suit you. Puerto Vallarta offers a number of travel excursions and caters to you students on a tight budget. Next up at number 3 is a spring break favorite. Yes, you guessed it, Cancun. This Mexican island is affordable, has vibrant nightlife, and beautiful beaches, so of course it made the list. Cancun is a big vacation spot, but if you want to stay a little closer, Miami Beach is a great choice. At number 2, Miami is accessible, however a tad bit pricey. But who can put a price on that beach and those clubs? And finally, at number 1 is South Padre Island. Located at the tip of Texas, the island is not only affordable, but it also hosts parties that fill the streets all night long. That concludes our countdown of the top 5 vacation spots. Whether you decide to go to Cancun or to the Bahamas, make sure you're safe and you enjoy your break. Seth, back to you.
New technology at Temple University Hospital makes it one of a kind in Philadelphia. The hospital now offers robotic assisted total hip replacement and partial knee resurfacing. This technology gives surgeons a new level of precision and patience. A quicker recovery robot assistance expands Temple's hospital's already extensive use of technology. Temple University's Maurice H. Kornberg School of Dentistry has launched Temple's Dental E-Campus, the first online educational system offered by a U.S. dental school. The online school will consist of lectures, webinars, and e-portfolios to dental students. Anonymous cases will be posted for students to be practiced on by treating the patients in need of dental care. Facilities will review and evaluate the student's course of action afterwards.
Coming up next on Temple Update, TUTV is out of this world. We'll give you an inside look as they go live from Expedition 38.
Plus, down here on Earth, we head across the North Pacific. Adam Glazer shops from store to store in Japan.
And we may not be seeing sunshine just yet, but that doesn't mean it's not flower season. We'll take you inside the convention center for the Philadelphia Flower Show sneak peek. And let's not forget about men's and women's basketball team. Tommy Sladek will have the latest on the Owls.
Plus, Melissa Steininger will be back with your weekend weather watch.
Spring break feel more like winter break. All that coming up in your 5-day forecast. Temple Update. We'll be right back.
From the world of Sonic the Hedgehog to the popular Mario Brothers, animated toys reach adults and children around the globe. Temple Update's Adam Glazer reports from Japan on how toy crazy Tokyo really is.
Tokyo is toy crazy. There are many idiosyncrasies to this city, but for the collectible enthusiast, this particular one must be nearly overwhelming. One does not have to travel far to find impressive toys. Most of the convenience stores even sell them. But no district in the city has a greater collection and variety than the attention-grabbing anime and video game epicenter of Akihabara. In these stores, the toys are stacked from floor to ceiling, or they are kept in long glass display cases, sometimes arranged in action poses. Many of these stores are also 2, 3, sometimes even 4 floors tall, with enough toys to make your head spin.
The toy shops in Akihabara especially are really neat because you have these stores where it's just tons of toys and figurines that'll range from a couple hundred yen to what would be the equivalent of a couple $100s.
Most of the toys are of popular or even obscure anime, movie, and video game characters. But there is also a dark side to the toys. For every harmless Pikachu figure, there are also many like these. Believe me when I say that these toys are only the tip of the iceberg of explicit content. And they're not hidden in the back. They're right up front and mixed in next to characters like Goku from Dragon Ball Z. Tokyo, fittingly, is also home to the biggest toy of them all. The 60-foot statue of a Gundam from the immensely popular and long-time running series now stands in the man-made island of Odaiba, And of course, the merchandising was not far away, including many toys.
And toys are big business here in Tokyo as well, with bigger companies such as Bandai raking in billions annually. For Temple Update in Tokyo, I'm Adam Glazer.
Speaking of things that fly in the sky, Temple University had a rare opportunity to communicate with something even more further from home. The TUTV special Space Station Live gave engineers and communications students the privilege to ask questions to 3 astronauts in the International Space Station. They were also joined by engineering professor Dr. John Helferty. The 20-minute special aired live on TUTV. If you missed it, don't worry. You can catch it on TUTV Thursday night at 8 p.m. or log on to the NASA educational website.
Billions of birds die each year from taking too close of a look at their reflection. Temple University teamed up with Tyler School of Art to help the birds have a safe flight. Updates, Nicole Bernier took a look through the bird's eye view.
Temple University is on the migration path for thousands of birds each year. However, with the abundance of glass used in the urban environments, the birds face a problem. They don't know the windows can't be flown through, thus causing hundreds of bird deaths each year. Glenn Eck, the superintendent of grounds, first to notice the issue in 2004.
I thought the numbers were a little surprising, and since we had to pick them up anyway, I really just thought, well, let me just take one extra step and we'll kind of keep track.
Finding a solution was not an easy task. When the Office of Sustainability joined forces with Tyler School of Art, a plausible solution was reached. They decided to design a window film birds could see to prevent them from flying into the glass.
I think we had about 92 submissions for film, and then the winning design actually was just installed at the Tuttleman-Paley Sky Bridge.
The winning design was made to please the human eye, as well as provide relief for the Temple bird population.
I think it's a very clever design, and it's gotten a lot of great review and feedback from being up at Tuttleman.
This design was placed on the bridge between Paley Library and Tuttleman in January, and with this problem proving to be a big problem for the birds, the new design will be put to the test during spring migration. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Nicole Bernier.
This past winter has proven that it's not always sunny in Philadelphia. However, spring is just around the corner, and a taste of the new season may be held at Philadelphia's annual International Flower Show. It is the world's oldest and largest indoor floral showcase, attracting more than 260,000 people each year. Students from Temple Ambler's landscape architectural program have been working on their own exhibit entitled Tam Ame Entrek, the path to a portable
flower show
past.
Theme is horticulture, which is how artists have influenced horticulture and how horticulture has influenced the landscape. We're not doing exactly what everybody else is doing. We're trying to bring it back more abstract. Our school is about ecological restoration, so we're trying to bring it back into the past.
We look back to the Native American roots and sort of wanted to present a vision of what America was like at that time, and then show what we've done with it since then and how we've spoiled it and what we can do to repair it in the future.
The flower show will be held at the Pennsylvania Convention Center and runs from March 1st to the 9th. Still to come on Temple Update, the men's basketball team took on the Memphis Tigers with what could be one of the best games they've played so far this season.
And spring is on its way, but is the weather warming up? Melissa Steininger will have your 5-day forecast after the break.
Hello, Owl fans. Welcome back to the Sports Desk. I'm Tommy Sladek. On Saturday, the men's basketball team went into an overtime thriller against number 22 Memphis. But first, I made my way over to Sullivan Hall for all the latest on the Temple Sport Cuts. As the Sports Desk's Rebeccah Hendrickson reported earlier, men's crew and women's rowing have been reinstated. But what will happen to the 5 remaining cut teams? I caught up with players and coaches following Monday's decision. On Monday, President Theobald met with the Board of Trustees in a private meeting at Sullivan Hall to to further discuss the 7-cut sports teams. Later in the afternoon, Theobald announced to the public the reinstatement of men's crew and women's rowing. For the remaining 5 teams, 2014 will be the last year that they will compete in Temple uniform.
The best memory is by far just the opportunity that Temple University has given me, to be an athlete and a student, to get a good college degree to set me up for the next stage in life. The worst memory by far is just going to be, December 6th when we were told to meet inside the pavilion and got informed of their decision to cut the 7 programs.
The 5-cut teams include men's indoor and outdoor track and field, men's gymnastics, baseball, and softball. For baseball, the team was told that playing at Ambler would no longer be an option.
Offers to play at Richie Ashburn Field and Campbell's Field were brought up, yet eventually got turned down on Monday.
The biggest problem that we were told originally, the reason why we were being cut is because we play at Ambler. We don't have to play at Ambler anymore. And that's falling on deaf ears, and I think that's embarrassing.
While the decision has not officially been finalized, President Theobald addressed the Board of Trustees regarding the budget issues, saying he strongly recommends the remaining 5 teams stay cut. Efforts are being made to initialize club teams for the 5 former NCAA programs.
Heading over to basketball, on Saturday, the men's team traveled to number 22 Memphis, looking for their 2nd win over a top 25 team in the past week. In the first half, it was the Dalton Pepper and Will Cummings show, as Cummings here drives for 2. The 2 starters counted for the first 19 points of the game. Now to the second half, the Tigers retake the lead after this dish in a basket by Shaq Gowen. Now it's Cummings' turn, who turns and drives but gets stuffed by Gowen. The ball is launched cross court and thrown down by Jerron Johnson. Memphis wins this one in overtime, 82-78. Heading over to women's sports, I'll take a look at the team next week in their season when they have 3 games in 6 days. For all the latest, be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at @TU_SportsDesk.
Still to come on Temple Update, we've been experiencing sunny days and higher temperatures, but how long will it last?
Melissa Steininger will have your 5-day forecast coming up. March 20th is the first day of spring, and it's only 22 days away, but it's still freezing outside.
Melissa Steininger is in the newsroom with your 5-day forecast. What do you have for us, Melissa?
I don't know about you guys, but I am so ready for spring break. Unfortunately, the weather we will be seeing won't be feeling much like spring. As I said earlier, we will see a high of 33 degrees today. The wind speeds throughout the day will reach up to 23 miles per hour, but will lighten up to about 10 miles an hour overnight. For tomorrow, it will be a freezing day with a high of only 24, but clear skies and sunshine will make it a perfect day for anyone heading home or heading off to somewhere nice as we enter into this much-needed spring break. Moving ahead to Saturday, we will see a high of 38. Clouds will roll in, making the next couple of days gloomy. There's a small chance we may see some rain, but this will most likely be the calm before the storm that hits on Sunday. And as much as we all want beautiful weather for break, an icy rainstorm is heading our way. On Sunday, we will have a high chance of sleet that will turn into a gross, snowy mess as we head into Monday. Monday, we will see a low of 21, making everything and anything wet freeze over. Tuesday, we will still not clear from this weather, so be prepared for that. There could be a chance that there may be some delays if you're traveling on these days, so make sure you plan appropriately. So if you're lucky enough to head somewhere warm for spring break, get out of this messy Pennsylvania weather, tweet me your pictures, and keep track of all these crazy conditions. Just follow me at TU_WeatherWatch.
That's it for this edition of Temple Update. For more news and information, be sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
You can also follow us on TempleTV.net, Comcast Channel 50, and Verizon Channels 45. For Jade Franks and the rest of the Update team, I'm Seth Wozniak. We'll see you next time.